Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe. Apologies for the slightly echoey sound with my voice when I record in the loft. That's unfortunate when I get. So, anyway, the reason for today's video, I want to say hi, welcome. Here's to 2014. Hopefully, it's a good year of gaming. I am still posting videos, just not very many these days. But the real reason is I wanted to go over what the games I'm looking forward to. excuse me, in 2014. I think I'd have to put Thief at number one. It seems to be, at least partially, the influence on Dishonored, which I still like. I won't go into that, but I do. So any game that's like Dishonored, I at least have a look at. I've had a look at the preview videos, the MO, shall we say, of the main protagonist seems up my street, shall we say. I haven't played any of the previous games, although I should look into that. But that one is due out at the end of February, so that's definitely on the list. I'm not going to spend ages looking at each one, just because there's quite a few I want to mention. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now this was, I'm sure this has been announced quite some time ago actually. I seem to remember seeing some sort of trailer quite a while back. It's no multiplayer, it's single player only. It does seem to be more advanced in pretty much every way actually than the last Wolfenstein game that came out. Again, I haven't in the past spent a great deal of time playing the single player first person games, but I'm bored of the multiplayer ones now. I'm really not that interested in playing Battlefield 3 or Bad Company 2 I'd play, and Killzone 2 or 3 I'd ever go on, but I'm not really getting anything out of Battlefield 3 these days. And there's a couple of guys on my friends list who've said Battlefield 4 on the PS3 is very playable and very enjoyable, but then there's plenty of other people who are saying the opposite, that there's a number of issues, so I'm not that bothered about dropping 30 quid on whether it works or not. Anyway, and so the Wolfenstein game looks interesting to me. Another game I own for quite a long time is Watch Dogs, which unfortunately was delayed. Now my opinion of delayed games, they don't necessarily turn out to have warranted the extra time, shall we say. I do like to think that Ubisoft, however you want to pronounce their name, are spending the time polishing this game. I mean, ultimately it's coming out on 5 platforms at the same time, although from what I understand the architecture of the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PC and PS4 are all fairly similar. So I'd like to think they know what they're doing, and that those 4 at least would be fairly similar and fairly easy. Yeah, Watch Dogs has been on the list for quite a long time. Enemy Front was described as a realistic tale of hardened soldiers dropped behind enemy Nazi lines to engage in dynamic, diversified missions ranging from quick skirmishes, espionage assignments and sabotage activities, sort of things I'd like to do. There does appear to be an impressions video on IGN, but other than that I can't say anything. I'm not going to sit and watch the video with you. I'm reluctant to put anything in that may come under YouTube's gay content ID system, so I will put a screenshot up hopefully, but I don't really know much about that one. I'm just looking through IGN's list of games due out in 2014. I mean, some of these probably won't see the light of day for a while. Next on, I don't think we'll see the light of day this year, is Homefront 2. I did get Homefront 1, which I thought it was a good attempt at doing something a little bit different in this actual story, which is what I played because I couldn't get online. My concern is that it's being developed by Crytek. Now that in itself isn't necessarily a concern, because they do at least deliver polished games that it's going to be a bit
like Crysis 3 in the multiplayer. Time will tell on that one. It says to be announced 2014, so possibly won't see that till next year, but when it comes out I'll definitely be around. One I saw a trailer for today, Alien Isolation. Now I only wanted to mention this game because, to be honest, I wish someone would do an Alien game where it had left the bloody Sulaco. I think we've all seen and played that ship to death now. I think it's time. The films have moved on. I mean, you've got Predators was based on at least a planet that the Predators were familiar with,
but it wasn't Earth, it wasn't the fucking Sulaco. The Aliens versus Predator films are both based on Earth, and there's aliens in there, so I don't know why we can't get an alien game, Aliens, or Predator, or both, a game based somewhere else. I mean, God, it's science fiction for Christ's sake. You can pick anywhere in the whole of the universe, and yet they stick with this Sulaco, which, having trogged through about an hour of aliens, colonial marines, is not a particularly exciting place to be honest. I was watching a dude called Ravenweller play through Doom 3, I think it was. Anyway, that was a corridor-based shooter, basically, and this is even worse, to be honest. It was basically a twitch shooter. The only surprise is coming from, not because you didn't know the aliens were coming, you knew when they were, it's just when they decided to jump out on you, but you basically sat there expecting it any time, and I didn't find that particularly enjoyable. So, anyway, Alien Isolation is due out, apparently. Destiny from Bungie, an MMORPG or whatever they're called. Now, the reason why I'm not getting too giddy about this, I quite like the idea. It strikes me as being along, lines of Dust 514. It's in a big environment. You can go out and do this, that, and the other. My only issue is I don't really get a lot of time to go online, and I would forever be at the lower end of the pecking order. Basically, I would have inferior everything. Certainly, longer it goes on. There was a game. What was it called? Oh, there was a TV series and a game that came out at the same time, and it's going to bug me because I keep seeing one of the women on Twitter all the time. Anyway, I did the beta on that one, and that was actually quite enjoyable, and I like that. So I'd like to have a look at Destiny. It's quite as high up on my radar as Thief or Watch Dogs, but it's definitely on the radar. There's a better list on Wikipedia of games due out this year. Yoshi's New Island. I mean, the list of crappy sounding remakes from Nintendo really goes on and on. I mean, Mario Kart 8. Gee, I mean, when are Nintendo going to bring out something new? Anyway, I could spend all day talking about that. The other game I wanted to mention, I can never remember its game. It's by the dude who brought out the original Resident Evil, and it's going to really annoy me now. So I do apologise. Hopefully, by the time I actually post this, I can put this on, the name of it, or even put a picture on. The Order 1866 looks quite good from what we've seen, but I don't have a PS4, so I'm not getting excited about that or really mentioning it because there's no way I'm going to be able to play it unless someone donates a PS4 to me, or I start making money on YouTube. Which, on that particular subject, I might try and leave Machinima, basically because they've done sod all. I've earned, genuinely, in 6 or 7 months, whatever it is, a year, even, I can't remember when I signed the contract, I've earned about $10. So, sod all. So I'm not going to do work earning any less. Anyway, forget the name of the game, but it looks like a proper survival horror this time. So that's on my radar as well, but I can't remember when that's due out. So those are the games I'd like to see, or I'm keeping an eye out on this year. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. I'm not sure it's going to be if it was Batman or Dust 514. Not decided yet. I'm going to go and record it in a minute. So I hope you guys are all okay, playing when you get time. If anyone's got any interesting or other games I've not mentioned that they want me to have a look at, let me know. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Take it easy, and thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.